Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to apply our perfect foundation and our perfect concealers with a blender full and or a brush. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is dampen my blender full with warm water. It not only makes it a little bit bigger, but it makes the blender full extra squishy, and I just really love this application. This will give me a medium to full coverage. And if you're looking for an even fuller coverage, you may want to try the blender full dry. So some women do like to use the blender full dry. I like to dampen it with warm water and then just squeeze it out really well. So what I'm gonna do is go into my foundation and I'm going to do a full turn, and now I've got product on my blender full, and I'm just gonna do a bouncing motion. So this foundation is 50% pigmented, so that means that a little bit of product will give you excellent coverage. I mean, look at that so far. And let's compare it to this side. It'll give you excellent coverage. The foundation sits on top of the skin. So basically you're creating like an extra layer of skin. And one of the things I absolutely love about this foundation is that it's lightweight. It doesn't even feel like you're wearing makeup. It's truly one of the reasons I did not wear foundation before LimeLife. I didn't like the way that it felt heavy, it looked cakey, and it totally looked like I was wearing makeup. So this just gives you a more natural look while wearing makeup. Now, with the foundation, it's for any skin type. Whether you have oily, acne-prone skin, mature, dry skin, any skin type can wear this foundation. It's also buildable. So if you want a heavier coverage than this, you can just go back in and apply more with your tool, so that you can get the coverage that you're looking for. And one thing I want to remind all of my friends is that you want to make sure your face, neck, and chest match. So when I'm color matching you and I send you the color match quiz, and I also ask you for that gorgeous selfie and great lighting, I'm looking for the undertones in your chest, because I want your face, neck, and chest to match. And we have so many foundation shades that are for those of us who have pink or redness in our chest, those of us who have more of like a golden or tan really easily, and also those of us who have more of just like a neutral, maybe no color in the chest. So regardless of what your skin tone is, you will be able to find your perfect match here at LimeLife. Okay, one thing I want to say is around the nose. I don't know if y'all can see, but I know this is such a weird angle, right? But you can see that it's not blended. And I've had some ladies in the past say, oh my gosh, Megan, this foundation makes my pores look larger. If you're finding that your pores appear larger, you just need to blend a little bit more. So whether that's maybe you have large pores right here, you just want to tap, tap, tap a little bit more just to blend that product in. Or if it's something like this around your nose, just kind of do like a swiping motion and it'll start to blend so much better. And you can even tap, tap, tap on your nose. Now, one reason why we tap or bounce and not swipe is because remember, the foundation sits on top of the skin. So if we were to swipe like this, we're literally putting the product on and moving it. All right, so in order to build the coverage and place the product where you want it, you want to do tapping motions or bouncing motions when you're using the blender full. Okay, so let's do a little bit of concealer. So I am gonna use Concealer 0 to brighten underneath my eye, and I'm just gonna take the pointed end of the blender full and just get a little bit of product, and we're just gonna tap. So I'm putting it in this inner corner, and then I'm also gonna bring it out to the outer corner and up, because that's gonna give you like a lift, all right? So with our concealer, it's also super, super pigmented, very high coverage, so you don't need a ton of product. And if you're like me and you have fine lines underneath your eyes, the less product you use, the better. So you just want to keep that in mind when you are applying concealer. And look at that, like it totally brightens up underneath your eye. I also like to use whatever is left over and I swipe it on my upper eye space because I use this as my eyeshadow primer. That way it gives my eyeshadows something to stick to, my eyeshadows stay in place longer, and they look more vibrant. The concealers are also water resistant, and they're actually been referred to in the beauty industry as camouflage creams that were used on burn victims. So that tells you how amazing the coverage is. And we have concealers to help brighten under your eyes, to help counteract redness, to help give you extra coverage depending on your skin tone, also to help contour and to counteract any age spots that you may have. Now let's go to the other side and use a brush. So with LimeLife by Alcone foundation, you can use a blender full or you can use a brush. It's just a matter of preference. So we do have your typical foundation flat brush. We also have the buffer brush. This is brush number 5. And then we have the Big Mama. This is the diffuser brush. This is brush number 17. So this is like the Big Mama compared to your buffer brush. So I'm gonna use this one. This one to me is just a really quick, fast application, and it's super, super simple. So what I do is I just pick up a little bit of product in my pan, and then I just start lightly applying in circular motions. Now, if you are looking for a very light coverage, the brushes will give you that. I definitely don't feel like if you're looking for a full coverage that the brush is the way to go. I feel like it's easier to build product on your face with a sponge. But if you're looking for just a sheer light coverage, you can totally achieve that with a brush. And I'm just kind of applying that. I do tend to sometimes get brush strokes on my face, so I will stipple and kind of dab like this at the end just to blend it all out. But that is how you would apply with the diffuser brush. LimeLife by Alcone's perfect foundation and concealers have been used by pro makeup artists since the 1950s. So the formula is definitely different than what you're used to. So just remember, a little bit of product will go a long way. My average customer's foundation lasts about 6 to 7 months, just depending on what type of coverage she prefers. And the concealers last about 6 to 8 months. Because this pro makeup formula sits on top of the skin, I did start with our First Base makeup primer to prime my skin and prep it. And then I finished with our Time Setter setting spray. Check out the link above for more information on these two products.